and welcome back to Create Ideas, the podcast brought to you by Creatica Studios, where we dive into the world of creativity, design, and branding. I'm Shahid, founder and creative lead of an award-winning creative agency that helps brands tell their unique stories.
And I'm Vicky, senior graphic designer at Creatica Studios. Yes, the same Vicky who makes things look pretty. And today, we are diving into something that's been all over the news. Canada is having a bit of a moment.
Yeah, we know we've been away for a while, but don't worry, we didn't get lost in never-ending Canadian winter. We're back, refreshed, and we've got a hot topic today. So hot it might just melt all the leftover snow outside.
That's right. We've been working on some exciting projects, but we couldn't stay away for too long. And honestly, we had to come back for this conversation because it's big.
Yeah, we're talking about the rise of Canadian pride in business. With everything going on politically and economically, people are shifting their focus to supporting homegrown brands.
So today, we are diving into why now is the perfect time to showcase your Canadian roots without looking like you're just slapping a maple leaf on everything. Segment number 1. What did we miss?
While we were away, Canada and the US had a little disagreement, I would say.
Yeah, let's just say it's been a bit of you're not invited to my birthday party kind of situation between the two countries.
Yeah, exactly. With trade tensions rising, Canadian consumers are making a big shift. They're actually looking for brands that are homegrown, locally sourced, and supporting Canadian jobs.
And honestly, we love to see it.
Yeah.
There's a new energy in Canadian businesses. And if you're a brand based here, you should absolutely be leaning into it. Segment number 2. How to make your brand more Canadian without overdoing it.
If you're running a business in Canada, how do you tap into this shift without looking like a Canada Day souvenir stand?
Right? You don't need to rename your business. Let's break it down. Here are a few fun, simple, and actually effective ways to add that Canadian flavor with a U, obviously, to business branding.
I like that flavor with IU, obviously. Well, let's take one point at a time. Number 1, tell your story the Canadian way. Canadians love a good story, especially one about resilience, hard work, and let's be honest, surviving her winters.
So share where you started, whether it was in your basement or your garage or at coffee time. People want to connect with real businesses run by real Canadians.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Coffee Time. Coffee Time has been Canadian since day one. So guys, support Canadian-based businesses.
Number 2, show how you support Canada.
It's not just about where you're based. It's about how you contribute to the Canadian community. Do you hire Canadian talent? Do you source locally? Or do you support community initiatives?
Exactly. Customers want to buy from brands that reinvest in Canada, not just ones that slap a maple leaf on their packaging and call it a day. Number 3, add Canadian touches to your branding.
Look, we are not saying you need to turn your logo into a beaver, but there are still ways to embrace your Canadian identity, like a red and white color scheme, bilingual messaging, and hints of Canadian culture or natural landscapes in your visuals.
Exactly. Think of Drake's Toronto Raptors jacket.
Yeah.
That's effortlessly Canadian, without screaming it in your face. Segment number 3. How Creatica Studios represents Canada in branding.
Yeah, let's talk about us, right? So, Creatica Studios is proudly Canadian, and that pride shows up not just in how we work, but in how we present ourselves.
Yep. If you head over to our website, you'll spot some Canadian visuals baked right in. In fact, we've got a big CN tower standing tall on our homepage. Kind of like our way of saying, hey, we are Canadian and we're proud of it.
Yeah, and it's not just the website. Our visuals presentations, pitch decks, even our social posts often include several hints of Canadian culture. Whether it's a color palette inspired by our landscapes or designs that reflect our values, we carry that Canadian identity with intention and creativity.
We don't just say we are Canadian. We show it through our work, our vibe, and the way we collaborate with local businesses is part of who we are.
Segment number 4, the future of Canadian branding.
So, where is all of this going? Is this just a moment or is it a long-term shift?
Well, I would say this is only the beginning. The brands that highlight their Canadian identity, invest in local talent and materials, and tell real compelling stories are going to be ahead of the curve.
So, if you've been waiting for a sign to embrace your Canadian roots, this is it.
And that's a wrap of today's episode of Create Ideas. We're back, we're caffeinated, and we are ready to help Canadian businesses own their identity. So if you're thinking, maybe it's time to level up my brand and show some national pride, then yeah, it probably is. Book a free 15 minutes consultation with us at creaticastudios.com/appointment, and let's build something proudly Canadian.
Oh, and listen, we're not going to ask you to like and subscribe to our podcast. Nope. Because honestly, who needs more subscriptions?
Exactly. We're Creatica. We'll survive on maple syrup and sarcasm.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. Until next time, stay creative, stay Canadian, and don't forget to wear your toque with pride.
Yeah, see ya. And as always, keep creating.